Good morning, Barry.
Hey, good morning.
Welcome to Philippine Antics interview. And what city are you in today? Where are you living?
Well, I'm sitting at my home, which is outside of Alfonso, Cavite.
Gotcha. He's at Cavite, right?
Yeah,
That's where
Steve Johnson.
Steve Johnson is. Let me turn this
Yeah,
down.
he's over here. I invited him to the party, but I don't know if he's coming.
Okay, and what city are you originally from?
From in the U.S. or from
Yes.
here?
Yeah, in the
Oh,
U.S.
I'm from Austin, Texas.
Oh, Texas.
Austin, Texas. Yes, I remember you saying that. We spent a few nights in Texas when we went into Mexico, and I had been to Houston before a few times to actually visit. So it's a lot like Florida. And I did have an ex from Texas. As far as like the weather, it can be humid and hot.
Yeah, I lived in Houston for about a year, maybe a year and a half. And I didn't like Houston that much.
Aw.
Very, very.
At that time, you could smell the air. We had because all the refineries and chemical companies, and they weren't doing a good job of making them clean stuff up. You know.
Yeah.
Barry, your marriage status. You married in the Philippines or the U.S.?
For 22 years, I think. Yeah.
Ah,
Wow.
how was the process when you went through immigration and got married? Did you feel that it was easy or hard?
It was pretty easy. We got married here in Das Marinas, which
Okay.
was where Maida was from. And we had to go in. I flew in from Taiwan on a Friday, and we had to rush to the mayor's office to file for a petition for marriage. And you had to wait 2 weeks. So we filed that. She made sure that we were going to be able to get married 2 weeks on Friday. And so the rest of the time we spent traveling around the Philippines. So I got to see a lot of the Philippines. And I met a lot of her family, including her two daughters.
Okay.
And so we hit it off, but we went all over the place. And we came here to Lake Taal.
Oh, okay.
So I said, wow, this is beautiful.
How did you guys actually meet? Were you pen pals? Was it friends?
We met in Hong Kong where she was working, and I met her there, and we seemed to hit it off. Fascinated by this young, beautiful lady.
Like I got me a pretty one too. Barry, is there an age difference between you and your wife at all? A lot of the viewers might be interested if there's any age difference. Are you around the same age?
I'm turning 80 next week.
Gotcha.
Oh, wow.
Y'all be sure to come to my party.
Yeah, we really want to. And how old is your wife?
She just turned 54.
Okay, that's a really great age. That's really, really a great age. George doesn't like me to talk about it, but I also had one point dated a guy that was about 30 years older than me. And that was prior to George. So as long as you get along and you guys have good conversation and there's love, we never see any problems with the differences in ages. So we've seen her. And you have a YouTube channel. So tell us a little bit about your YouTube channel. We always, when you're in the room, we always say, hey, Barry's in the house.
Barry in the PI. And I do a lot of try to include humor in my videos.
Yeah.
And some of them are educational. Some of them are about the Philippines, the places to go, how to meet a girl outside of a bar.
So you keep it real. Yeah.
Yeah. There's so many beautiful young island girls, I call them. And they're out there just waiting to meet somebody.
Definitely. So yeah, guys, be sure to check out Barry and the PI also. And I'll put a link inside here so people can check out your channel. And your immigration status. Are you on permanent residency or are you an SRRV?
SRRV.
Okay.
Hey.
Ours is doing the exact same thing right now. We have the door open.
Yeah.
So she has her immigration in the U.S. then. She's been to the U.S. and everything.
So
And you said originally where you were from. What are your favorite things about the Philippines besides the beautiful women?
all the wonderful people that I meet. I've got a great family. One of our daughters, she met the fellow student in college, and after they graduated, she got married.
Aw. So
And
she's married to a Filipino.
yeah, they're both Filipinos. They married in
okay.
college here in Cavite. Hey,
Gotcha.
hello.
So you really like the people. The people is the biggest thing, that it's a big difference. What is your tell people what your career was, what you did when you was in the US, or if you worked here?
Married. I started out as an archeologist. I got my degree in archaeology.
Wow. Do you find that you're staying on some sort of budget, like a lot of expats that are coming here, they're on a certain budget? You say you own your house now?
Yeah, we paid cash for it.
Okay, so was it already built or did you build it?
Huh?
Did you build the house or was it already pre-existing?
Built. It was
Okay.
almost 80% finished. Didn't have any windows. Except it had some screens that were anything could fly through.
Got you through. About how much did you give for it? How much in US? People's always wondering, how big is the house? Is it like a 3-bedroom, or how many
It's
bedrooms?
It's 2 bedrooms, 2 baths inside, and then there's another apartment attached that's outside. That's for the maids' quarters.
Okay,
So we've been using it for storage.
gotcha.
Honey,
Yes,
how big is our house?
235 square meter.
225 square meters.
35.
Okay, and
Okay.
how much in US was that? How much did it cost you around? You don't have to like give us an exact dollar, but an ideal.
It was a little over 5 million.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, that's really good compared to what it would have cost in the US. We've
Yeah.
seen it in video, so it's really actually
House.
beautiful. So do you stay on a certain budget, or do you do okay with pensions and retirement? Because we tell people to be sure to have residual incomes and everything. So are you just on a budget where you're actually just Social Security, and you don't have to say the amount, but you have your pensions and everything, so then you do okay?
Security, I get disability for VA.
Okay.
I get school pension.
Okay. So then,
And I get a little bit for the 1 year I spent as a park ranger.
yeah, it was park ranger. I remember.
wildlife service. And
Oh, wow.
when I retired from school of teaching, I'd submitted I started, well, I could see if I could get a job with the park service or something. And so,
Gotcha. Have you considered a business in the Philippines? And if you did start a business, what would you open? What would you do?
we started a business. Maida runs a MMB beer, wine, and liquor store. And
Okay.
Alfonso, and now
You could probably
Alfonso.
start one here, George. Because the new place, you've seen us actually move. We're much happier, and the place here is much bigger and everything, but it's now officially a subdivision. So they're actually, the place they offered to rent us already had a built-in sorry store. George could have opened a liquor store, because that's what somebody said. They said, George, take over and just sell Red Horse or something.
Yeah.
Barry, I'm going to ask a few more questions, and we do appreciate you answering, because like I said, a lot of people are curious about retiring here, whether they can come here on disability. And as we've said, that if you know, there is an adjustment. Did you find that there was an adjustment for a period of time compared, of course, to the US coming to the Philippines? Did you find an adjustment period that was a little rough, like as far as the heat, the bugs, the infrastructure?
Because I had spent, when I met Maida, and I said, I don't want to be away from this girl very long.
Right.
So when I was traveling around Asia, I had that all Asian pass with Cathay Pacific Airlines. And so I go to like 16 different countries and 28 cities.
Yeah, that was going to be one of my questions. Did you travel? That's really nice.
So I went to Taiwan, went to South Korea, and Hong Kong, and in the Philippines.
Wow.
And in South Korea, I interviewed for a teaching job with LG Corporation.
Okay.
And they wanted me to teach English in their new executive training center.
Excuse me.
And
Sorry to interrupt.
that's good.
I need to.
Say hi.
Sorry. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How about you guys?
We're doing good. We're doing really good. It's good to see you. How was your day today?
Busy.
Busy. Yeah, we see you.
Running there and here.
Yeah.
We're trying to get the house and everything, the yard and everything cleaned up, furniture,
Yeah.
outdoor furniture painted and stuff like that. So,
So
Yeah.
take good idea.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
okay. She's taking the electrician home.
Okay.
It was very nice meeting you. So Barry, did you find any difficulties? It sounds like you've been all around Asia and everything. So you were kind of adjusted to world travel. Like I've been to the UK, France, Germany. Of course, I've been to Canada. I lived in Mexico for a while. My biggest adjustment here, as you always hear me, is talk about the heat is a little different here in the Philippines. And I'm not used to all the bugs and the infrastructures that they actually have. Did you find any difficulties outright being in the Philippines?
Not really. You know, I'm majored in anthropology. I studied all kinds of cultures around
Okay,
the world.
Do you have a favorite food here in the Philippines? Do you try all the cuisines? Have you gotten into the bugs or anything different or anything are you into the blood stew?
I don't want to eat. That's why we go to SNR a lot. And I get my stuff and she gets her stuff.
Gotcha. It's kind of like George, when that market video we just released, everybody kept offering stuff. And I'm kind of, it can't be too spicy. It can't have too much of I really like the Kari, the one with the peanut butter like sauce, but they put a ton of okra in there. If it just would have had a little bit, I don't mind a little bit of vegetables, but it's kind of how, everybody, like George says, cooks their dishes a little different, kind of like when we do spaghetti. So George is like, no, it's what you want today. And I'm like, well, if he wants certain foods, I said, go for it. Like, do you eat that? What is it? Blood stew? What is that they eat?
Dinuguan.
Dinuguan, the blood where they have like the chunks of, and do you like that, George?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Okay. Well, what's your favorite dish?
Lechon.
He likes lechon a lot. Do you have one favorite dish like that? Like the lumpia, the wrapped deep fried?
I like adobo. Those are two things that I'll eat. I'm not real fond of, it's all right. I like pancit. What do they call it? Pancit something or another.
Pancit, yeah. Yeah.
But the spaghetti with ketchup.
Right, ketchup.
The spaghetti is very, very sweet here. It is almost a ketchup like, and it reminds me. So the food takes a little bit of adjustment, but we tell people that the stores, if you go to the basic stores, Robinson, SM, and some of the others, they do still have some American products that you can actually get used to. Unlike like Mexico, everything was super spicy and it was hard to find things for me to adjust to, including the restaurants. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I just was in the U.S. with me for about 12 years, I think, something like that. And so she learned to cook a lot of stuff that I like.
That's
fried
good.
shrimp, breaded fried shrimp, and she does it
Yes.
good.
Oh.
And chicken fried steak or chicken fried pork chops and stuff like that.
Yeah, pork chops. Yeah. George does a lot of cooking too. And so he takes on, like on days I have a bad day, he does a lot of cooking and doing things. And now we've gotten into more plants. Our neighbors gave us a bunch of plants. So I'm really happy about that because we haven't had plants since the US. So now we have almost like a little full garden going on out here. Barry, we do appreciate you being here. And we're definitely going to make sure that we include your channel. We'll put a link inside here. So everybody check out Barry and the PI. He's been retired here a long time. I'm sure that if you guys have questions for him, that he'll be sure to answer them. Appreciate you being here and God bless you being here. So we're going to wrap this up and we're going to say our goodbyes. Is there anything that you want to add?
Just say hi to Delia. She became a subscriber of mine too.
Do you have any advice you would give people coming here to the Philippines for the first time visiting or to come to live? Is there anything
just
means you've been
get out
here a
and-
while?
Don't spend all your time in the bars in Angelique City. Get out
Amen.
to see all that there is to see here.
Yeah, because we're here in Angeles City and we feel that a lot of guys, well, that's what they do. So they waste, like they come here and then they spend a lot of money. So they'll bring a couple thousand US and you can spend money very quickly here. People think that the money goes a long way. So that's great advice is, get out and see the country, get out and make friends and see what's actually going on here for
Yeah.
sure. So
Yeah.
we do appreciate you being here, Barry.
Thank you, Barry.
and
Thanks so
thank
much.
you.
Thank y'all having me on here. I enjoy y'all's channel. So, and check out Barry and the PI.
Yes.
Most definitely.
Check out Barry and the PI, guys.
Most definitely. Thank you. See you soon.
Okay.
Hi,
see.
bye.
Thanks, Barry.
Thank you.
But you have to stop it first.
Oh, where? I know I'm not used to this.
Yeah.
Huh?
Oh, he can.
All ye faithful, joyful and triumphant, come